Hi, Penelope, baby girl. Look at my girl. Look at my girl. Look at my girl. Are you the beautiful girl? Are you the beautiful girl? Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You know what? I'm going to sit over there. I'm going to sit over here. Oh, yeah. Come here, honey. Come here, honey. Look at this girl. Look at this baby. I got to tell you about Penelope and why I'm carrying all this stuff. Look at this girl. Look at this girl. Penelope's 6 years old. She's from the border. She was used for breeding puppies for pit bull fighting. Then she was dumped because she was 4 years old at the time. And she had pyometra, which was a uterine infection, so they didn't want her anymore. Yeah, look at the baby. You coming up here? Are you coming up here? Oh, my sweetheart. My sweetheart. Oh, look at this. Look at this girl. Look at this girl. Yes, you're beautiful. You're beautiful. Yes, honey. You're the beautiful girl. You're the beautiful girl. Oh, yes, you are. Yes, you are. This beautiful girl, they left her at the border. There was a raid, Border Patrol did a raid on a pit bull fighting ring down there, which was illegal, and she was in bad shape, so they got her, and we helped them out when they can't find homes. But when there's a medical emergency, I tell them, bring them right here, we take care of them. So she needed immediate surgery for her pyometra. But I'm going to read some stuff here while you're looking at her. She came in here. Penelope had Ehrlichia. Ehrlichia is tick fever. People don't know what tick fever is. It's very contagious. The ticks spread it. Yes, honey. Oh, you're the beautiful girl. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Oh, my girl. She's my girl. She came in with tick fever. Now, it's cured by a simple antibiotic. It's a long-term treatment, and it's cured. But of course, they don't have that or give it out freely. Now, she came in here in April 2 years ago. In May, remember, she had a surgery for pyometra, which is basically a spay, a little more complicated because it's all infected. A month later, how do I do this? I'm going to hold this down. A month later, they discovered 2 lumps under her armpit, and they did a surgery to remove the 2 lumps and did a biopsy. It was cancer. Came back with 2 different kinds of cancer. There's 2 lumps, 2 different kinds of cancer, and you go, well, this is the weirdest thing. 2 different kinds of cancer. We never had that before. That was May. In August, swollen and bleeding from the back there, from the rear end, and we found that she had highly contagious uterine cancer. Or it's actually a venereal tumor at that point, and she came back with a biopsy that says, yeah, she's got TVT, which is a cancer. Now that's spread among dogs, but it doesn't have to come from mating. That can come from other kinds of contact. It's just what happens when a dog is abandoned down there and just left on their own. So in August, she had the treatment, the surgery, and she was on chemotherapy. Chemotherapy ended 4 months later. Right, honey? You look beautiful. You look beautiful, yes. Then in February of this year, yes, honey, she had a tumor taken off her eyelid. Then in June of this year, she had another mass on the mammary gland, and it was malignant, and she started more chemo. That was in June. 2 months later, another growth under her armpit, another biopsy, another chemo, another spindle cell carcinoma. This time that's the the 5th different kind of cancer, and then she started chemo again. In May of this year, she had to remove the 2nd breast on her right side. You can see it's missing. She had spots on her lungs, which is usually metastatic lesions. It means it's cancer spreading. But a few months later, they re-x-rayed her and they had not grown, so they might just be a fibrotic, benign kind of, Leo's honey, you're benign. So I'd like to say, this is November, so for 2 months she hasn't had any surgeries or any more tumors. Now you gotta say, why am I telling you all this? Well, why I'm telling you is because of the new river. I feel like Aaron Brockovich here. I'm gonna be Leo Brockovich. Leo Brockovich is gonna be Aaron's brother. See, we have a situation between Mexico and the United States. Might be a little bit malicious. We have 2 rivers that feed the Salton Sea, 60 miles north of Calexico. We have a dead little sea, they call it, but it's a giant, giant lake now. Used to be part of the ocean. The Salton Sea is dead. It's toxic as hell and it's dead. And you say, well, how'd that happen? Well, we have 2 rivers feeding it. One of them is the Alamo River. The other one is the New River. They call it the New River. The Mexicans call it Rio Nuevo. And they call it that because they built a channel from the Mexican side. They built a channel to guide this monstrous, it's not monstrous, it's small, but they built the channel to bring this toxic river to the Salton Sea in a little indirect route to try to get it around, cities or towns. And 60 miles from Calexico. 16 miles inside of Mexico in Mexicali. Now what happens? How did this river get born? Well, the headwater is in Mexico, and for decades and decades, the Mexicans have put raw sewage in the river, toxic waste of all kinds, uranium, agricultural chemicals, chemicals from chemical factories have poured into this river, and they knew full well it was coming into the United States for 60 more miles. The river today is actually, from time to time, burns. There's flames. You can see this fire burning in the river. That's how bad it is. Border Patrol is told not to save anybody in the river because they'll die. It's a very toxic river. Starts in Mexico, comes to the United States, goes to the Salton Sea. All along the river on this side that we could document, all along the river is cancer. Now, you don't have to touch the river. It's about as wide as this. It's not that wide. But the groundwater, the ground is saturated from decades and decades of these toxins. The whole area is contaminated. These poor dogs, when they look for water and they've got a puddle somewhere half a mile from the river, they drink the water. I've lost about a third of the dogs we've got from Border Patrol to cancer. Young dogs. Young meaning 4 or 5 years old, 6 years old. She's 6. Some beautiful dogs. I was going through the notes and I remember some of them were just so happy to be here. They came in from nothing. They were starving. They had a bad life. They came here and they were hugged for the first time and they were smiling and they love it here. So I'm making an appeal here. We have a new administration. Robert Kennedy Jr. cleans up rivers, and maybe he's already on this one. Maybe he knows about it. But I'm hoping that RFK will look at the American side of the river, 60 miles of toxic, cancerous, bacteria-ridden, disease-ridden river spreading disease to our American citizens. I'm hoping he could look at that and he cleans up rivers. That's been his history. That maybe he could do something for this river, and then maybe also he could talk to President Trump about President Trump talking to the Mexican president and stopping them from dumping everything in the river on the Mexican side and actually cleaning it up. Now, to be fair, I looked this up before today and I said, what's the latest on the river? Not that these reports can be believed, but one of the press reports that I saw said that in the last 10 years, Mexico has cleaned up about 40%, or they do 40% less dumping in the river, and they claim they don't put untreated sewage, they put treated sewage. There's people on this side will tell you they've seen stuff floating that is not treated. It also smells, it stinks really bad. And whatever. So I'm hoping that RFK, who's a real pioneer in saving rivers, among other things, that maybe he can do something about this river under the new administration, and maybe he can get our President Trump to talk to whoever the president of Mexico is to clean this up on their end, because there's no point in cleaning ours up if it's going to keep pouring in from Mexico. 16 miles to 60. And look at this girl. She's here today because of the mess at the border. But she's only alive because of all the surgeries we've had and the chemotherapy for the cancers that she got at the border. Come here, Penelope. Come here, Penelope. She knows her name. She knows Penelope. She knows Penelope. There you go. Look at her. My beautiful girl. My beautiful girl. I will tell you this. She's looking really good. Compared to what I've seen over the last 2 years when she's had her problems, and especially her eye, she's looking magnificent. Looking like healthy. Are you healthy? You're beautiful. You're beautiful. I just shout out to my brother Bob down in Florida. Bob's a healer. And he's done some really fantastic work. I talked to somebody just this morning that was dying in 2 weeks, 4 years ago, who's alive and well today. Bob sent healing energy. And then when I call him and I say, I've got Penelope here that needs some of your energy. I've got Abby at home that needs your energy. So he sends the dog's energy and they live. So there's something really magnificent about what he does. She's looking really good, and I got to tell you, beside all the surgery, she's had a lot of healing energy. They have a group down there that does that. The whole group sends group energy also. Look at that happy face. Look at that happy face. She's the girl. Did you get a shot of Meg in there? Meg, come sit here. Did you see? You're the beauty. You're the beauty. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. I did notice something, though. Where's my radio?
Channel mode.
Where's my radio?
1.
Yo, Steven. Yeah. Penelope needs her nails cut.
Okay, I'll have Jerry come and grab it right now.
No, we're shooting it right now. Just do it later, but her rear ones especially.
Okay.
All right, thanks. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here. Get over here, you. Get over here. Yes, you're the beauty. You're the beauty. You're the beauty. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. You're that beautiful face. Look at that face. Look at that face. Yes. I'm going to get a picture of my fountain here. I'm shooting film, and I've got my little film camera. Oh, boy. Oh, man. I'll get a little picture of my fountain. I got to tell everybody the story of my fountain. This is my story of my fountain. Well, let me see. I want to get F11 and no flash. My beautiful fountain. I should tell the story of this fountain. My brother built it years ago. And you know, from time to time you get cracks and it leaks. So Ray Poe, this guy was great. Ray Poe was doing concrete work, and he retired on our B building here, the hospital thing. That was his last job, and he retired. So I said, "What are you going to do now?" He said, "Well, I really don't know. Why don't you come work here?" He runs heavy equipment, and so he did that. He carved this whole place from the air. I told him he was Cristo making a work of art. He carved it to be fire protected, the whole property. When you see the flyover at the end, all that beautiful sculpting is Ray Poe. Ray passed away a few years back, sadly. But Ray recoated this whole fountain area, and he put the little decoration down there with some animals, and he had a secret. He had a sheet covering the statue over here. Want to come up and see the statue? Ugh. Well, over the years, the statue's been weathered. This goes back a ways. So this was covered with a bed sheet. And Ray wouldn't tell me. I knew it was a statue, but he wouldn't tell me what's under the bed sheet. He said, "We're going to have an unveiling." "Oh, you like the statue?" So he wouldn't tell me. And then one day, he's got the fountain going and the whole thing. He says, "Come over here, I'm going to show you something." So he unties it and he takes the sheet off the statue and he shows me Delta. Now, I've got this look on my face. It's not exactly joy. And Ray's saying, you know, he's looking at me like he's waiting for thank you. And all I could say is, "Ray, Delta was a Doberman." A German Shepherd. So what happened here, this still has more of a story. What happened here is this boy we named King. And the reason is I thought I could get everybody to show up for the blessing of our animals on St. Francis of Assisi's Saint Day, holiday, whatever it is. So I brought a priest from LA, come to the helicopter pad, and you're going to bless the animals. And he brought his dog King, the German Shepherd. And I told everybody, we have about 40 people working here, I said he's going to be over there, you know, and going to bless you and the animals on your lunch hour. I guess if I paid them, they'd show. 3 people showed up, 3 out of 40. So he was kind of disappointed, but he blessed, you know. And then I said, "Hey, do me a favor. Why don't you come up and bless my statue? You got a new statue for those." So great. So he came up with his dog, and dog King was beautiful, looked just like the statue. So I said, "I tell you what, Father, why don't you bless him with a name? Why didn't you call him, I bless you and all that, King? We're going to name him King." So we named him King after the father's dog. And so King's watching over the sanctuary. So's Delta. But up there. Good boy. Good boy. Penelope, come up here. Come up here. King says I should give you another treat. Another treat. That's from your friend King. Okie doke, we'll go put her back now. What? Does she want to play in the water? Oh, let her play in the water, yeah. How about up in here? I got a better idea. Come over this way. Go over this way. Bring her. Follow me. You want to go in the water? You want to go in the water? Come on. Come in the water. Come on. Go ahead. Go ahead, in the water. More water? We'll go in the water? Here, come over here. Okay, she wants to go back. We take her back. Come on, Penelope. Come on, honey.